Timothy and Parker put it, it was fucking cold out. But anyway, the Parker chaps were on a break on their jobs. Now Gavin and Donald rotated in and out with the new project Douglas was working on. Slowly. And Tony and Carl were taking turns with Thomas's mainline duties. With Thomas's coaches, Ray and Clarabelle. Thomas's special coach hadn't been touched since Bogo covered for him. Well, said Leo, it's official. My brother is retired. And apparently I gotta go speak to our controller about his condition. Ugh. You that worried about him? Said Toby. Yeah. It's because I love him a lot. That's kind of why. No, I get it, said Toby. Brotherly love. I haven't been retired. Well, and neither have my brothers. Look, early, said Douglas. None of us haven't heading for retirement. It was time for Thomas to retire, though. His condition is not good. Of course it's not to name us. Well, the only bright side is that Katie's coming back. That we do know, because again, our controller was on the phone with the Bluebell area controller. And also the Bluebell area controller reports that Edward's not doing well. Look, oi! Not Elrod too! They can't retire. Do you expect Poco and Brandon to run the Blanchine without Edward? I don't, said Leo. It remains too much to burn the branch. Exactly, said Amos. But with Thomas, I guess it's a bit different because we don't have to worry about fish. Exactly, said Toby. Burn them docks. Our docks doesn't deal with fishing boats that much. And I know Thomas hates the smell. So does Katie. But whenever she came to help us out at Monmouth Docks, she didn't complain about the smell once. She was on coal delivery, said Leo. And she did passenger runs for you guys. So yeah, she didn't complain. The controller wanted her to stay and become a fishing and fox hunter. Didn't work out. So lads, since our controller spoke to the Bluebell area controller, what's the news on Dawn? My brother is back, said Leo. He's back. They're just running tests, his final tests, and he's be good to go. That's a relief, said Toby. What about Stephanie? They're not gonna overhaul him on the Bluebell Rail, apparently, said Leo. Though I wish they could, but they have all their engines in the works. Bluebell's priority. Then Church. Wait, said Amos. So, my older brother Dan Church is more of a priority than my other brother Stephanie? You kidding? They just have too many engines in the works, Leo. Oh. Now I get it, said Amos. So, we actually have the room for Stephanie? Yeah, we do, said Leo. Doesn't mean Stephanie's going to become a permanent member of this railway, though. The Bluebell Railway needs him. And apparently they want Stephanie back by the Terrier Gala. Or at least in some form. But is overall going to take as long as Edward's done? Most likely, said Toby. I mean, Edward is older. Stephanie and Edward are older than Thomas, but it doesn't mean they're in the same bad condition as Thomas. Stephanie was only out a few times, then I guess he has semen problems, and he's retired for right now. Look, hey, poor Stephanie, lad. These. Okay, I feel bad for my brother now, said Amos. I feel bad. You shouldn't have to put up with that. Put up with what? Said Leo. He's still loved by the Bluebell Railway, don't get us wrong. But yeah, he does need to get fixed. Or else he's just gonna sit in the shed forever and ever and ever. Their museum. Well, lads, the wee lass will be home soon. Yeah, said Leo. But when Katie gets back, she won't see Thomas anymore. Unless she takes her mainline trains. And from what one of the workmen told me, it'll be a few weeks until my sister gets returned to the main line. A few weeks, cried Toby. That's preposterous. Well, that was just the figure I was given, Silio. Obviously, it's gonna take her a bit of time to settle back into life here in Soldor. Oh, you got a point today, Amos. You got a point. Of course I do. I mean, she loves the Blue Ball Rally, don't get me wrong. I think she prefers being here in Soldor. And trust me, I think she wanted to get away from Danny. They laughed. Look, hey, that Dunny funnel. It's no good karma. You're gonna hurt these trying to make out with Emily's sister. Sherry? The rest of them just cried. Okay, that is disgusting, said Leo. Is he trying to be a pedophile? I have no fucking idea, lad, said Douglas. But I think Emily put her foot down and said no. That's a relief, said Toby. It's kind of the same situation that Thomas ended up in with Percy. Oh God, said Amos. You guys told me about that prick. Glad he got what he deserved. He was a fucking twat, said Leo. Thomas kept putting his buffers down, his wheels down, saying no to him dating my sister. Our sister. And trust me, no other Rayleigh would have taken that prick. You do not sexual harass an engine. Especially one that's older than you. Percy didn't care. Of course he didn't, said Dolby. He was annoying in the Second World War from what Thomas told me. He was bullying Katie then. So I'm glad she was able to help out here in Soldier during the Second World War. It wasn't fair to her to be bullied by Percy. Of course it wasn't, said Leo. Percy's a fucking bully. To be honest, he should have been sent away sooner than he was. Percy was one of the reasons why her mental health was not good when she returned from that scrapyard. Oh God, said Amos. So he was one of the main causes of her mental health issues. Yup. She was in therapy when I was first put into Steam. Then Leo. Apparently, the LNER and the Southern wanted that for her. Because obviously she was suffering from Alfred, and Mickey was on LNER at the time. Dolby, so it makes sense. Then Mickey got sold here. And then when the 4 VR officials came to see Katie, after she was rescued from the scrapyard, they signed off on more therapy sessions at once. Wow, said Amos. That's fucking creepy. That she was treated, as you guys put it, horribly in a sex toy way. Ugh. And Danny wanted to date her? You tried, said Toby. You think she was okay with that? No, said Amos. I don't think she was. Especially when I had my service life. I kept up on the news of all the Southern Railway local engines, even ones that have been sold. So I kind of knew some of the story that Katie's problems. I do know Leo, as you put it, the control abandoned her. Exactly. And I happen to agree that she didn't deserve him. You didn't deserve him. Of course I didn't, said Leo. When Sir Charles Stubbs the first came to see me in London, I took that job right away. Came here. Preserved. The Southern Railway actually wanted to sell me to the LNER like my sister. I wouldn't have been happy working with her, and then I wouldn't have gone to soda way before her, even still. Said Toby. That is quite interesting now that you put it that way. Obviously, it didn't work out with you having Mr. Liago as a controller. As soon as the 1960s came and the steam engines were being scrapped, Sir Charles took you off his hands. Look, Ali, said Douglas. That is a good point, Leo. That the LNER was interested in you. Yeah, they were. Honestly, I kind of wish they had brought me. I would have had a bit more time to work with my my big sister. I didn't like the fact that I was stuck with Mr. Liago. Mr. Burlington, who was dead by then, he wasn't happy when he first built the E2s, because he could smell a rotten egg, as the workman at Southampton told us. We felt we my older brothers told me how much they had suffered. But with Brandon being the youngest of the originals, he still had to suffer. Even though Salty was around at that point. And we had a few of Rosie's siblings as well. So it was, well, not a fucking pretty sight. Ouch, said Amos. You're lucky you got out when you did. Well, said Toby, thank you all for watching, and yes, Katie will return next month to Sodor. And Edward and Henry will return from the Bluebell Railway from their small gala. And don't worry, Edward is not being retired like Thomas. The background control one's dream of retiring Edward. Edward is needed on the Brendan branch. So goodbye, everybody. We got to go. Got to leave you all behind to face the truth.